Next one is from Zach Verhoff. He says, I have hit a family-based roadblock. I'm 18, living with my parents and working a lot. The issue is, whenever I bring up being suffocated by them or wanting to move out soon, my mom gets really emotional and shuts down any dialogue. I love my parents and I don't want to hurt my mom, but I can feel myself becoming a little resentful and would like to discuss these things sooner rather than later. So I would like advice on how I can speak honestly without hurting those around me.
Okay. So, do you want to start or?
Yeah, I mean, I have it thought it's tough. I think honesty is going to be your salvation here, but that doesn't guarantee every conversation is going to go well.
Yeah.
So that sounds like the question is, how do I be honest without upsetting my mom? You might have to pick, and I would pick honest, but your mom will have to come around. Now, there's packaging honesty in the way that is most empathetic to the other person, where you acknowledge their feelings and you start the conversation by saying, hey, mom, I know you love me. I love you too. I know this is a tough conversation to have, but I think it's really important for the future of our relationship, blah, 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 blah. I sense myself resenting you, right? Versus just being like, you suck and I'm starting to hate you and I got to move out, right? Which, by the way, based on how thoughtful this question is, I don't think this person would do, but I'm just saying there's more to it than just speaking your truth. But sometimes you don't get to be honest and have no friction.
Yeah.
And I would go honest. So that's my high level.
So a good thing to, the definition of insanity being doing the same thing over and over again, what you'll often find is with every individual in your life, you have environments in which you converse and ways in which you talk. So maybe every time you speak to your mom, it's at the dinner table in front of the family with a particular tone of voice after a ritual of how was your day. Ask yourself what mode of conversation would be incredibly foreign. And for instance, that might be like while she's hanging out in the house and when you would normally be doing homework or video games or something, say, come down, hey, mom, we haven't had a chance to talk. Do you have a few minutes?
Yeah, or take a walk with her.
Yes, or take a walk. That's a great example. Something that would be so different.
Yeah.
And what that does is it pulls people out of autopilot and it brings this heightened awareness and consciousness of like, what's going to happen? Okay. And it allows sometimes, assuming that you're not like, here's a gun, mom, I'm going to, it's not that different. It's a calm different. It allows people to not react in the fight or flight way and instead to not have conditioned patterns of reaction and to be a bit more authentic, spontaneous to the situation.
Yeah. And since it sounds like you guys have a good relationship, at the risk of repeating my ketamine breakthrough from last week, come from love. And what I mean by that is recognize your mom's position as well, which is that she loves you very much, it sounds like. And even if she doesn't present it in this way,
she's afraid to lose
the idea of you being not in her home hurts her or scares her, or she's afraid that you won't be as close or something, right? She's doing it because that scares her of some kind. So I think recognizing that and saying, hey, listen, I wanted to talk to you, this and that. I understand that this scares you, or I understand that this makes you nervous, and
if
you're
she
worried
says
about
no,
our relationship.
let her put it in her own words, right?
Sure.
If she says, no, I'm not afraid. It's okay. So what are you?
Yeah, what is it? Explain to me. That's actually a very good point too. Oftentimes what I like to do if people and I aren't on the same page is I try to figure out why, so you can address their concerns, because maybe you think it's one thing, but she actually just thinks you don't make enough money. Maybe she's the kind of mother who's really nervous about your financial security. Yeah. And so addressing that will make her more comfortable with it. So yeah, I think if you can figure out, take her to a safe place and a different place, break her out of the standard mode, try to be empathetic to her position, and then try to figure out what about it makes her uncomfortable. I think that's your best bet at being successful. But yeah, I think you nailed it. The idea of staying for her sake is just going to make your relationship terrible.
Yeah, she's going to constantly live with the fear that you'll leave. And also at some level, she'll know that she's not doing good by you, and that's going to bother her. So
also, I don't want this to invalidate everything we just said. I do think you should do it in the best way possible, but a lot of times once you rip the Band-Aid off, these things are non-issues. Yeah. So try to handle it as well as possible, but I actually think were you just to pack all your stuff up, move in the middle of the night, have a new place, you're 18, they can't stop you, your relationship would probably be fine in like a month or a week or whatever it is. So I'm not encouraging that, but I'm just saying a lot of times there's a lot of fear around something, and then once it happens, it's
she'll survive it.
I survived it.
She'll cry the first day that you're gone, and then you'll be out and you'll call her and she'll realize that
it's
you're
when any
still
kid
in
goes
her
to
life.
college.
Yeah.
And your mom cries when you leave, but then it's just fine. You call her in a week.
Sure. You'll do good. I believe in you.